Man, oh, I gotta wiggle this guy. There's a little bit of light I can get from here, although now it's daytime, and that means I need to go and attend to more family needs as opposed to doing videos. But I wanted to at least get this one last little thing out because we want to talk specifically about the upsell. This is ENMU IS 301. We're doing For Organization's Sake series, and we're going to talk about the upsell, this part right here. This is some of the most interesting stuff that you're going to ever, well, I don't know. I don't know if it's interesting or not. Sorry. The upsell. This has more to do with the business of everything than anything else you'll ever hear. I'm going to give you the great secret, the great little jewel that's going to make your life purposeful. It's going to be awesome. It's going to give you meaning. Ooh, are you ready? And here it is. Throw in more bright sparklies. That's how it works, man. That's most of business these days. People are suckers for bright sparklies. They'll buy it. You can sell it to them every day. That's where the snake oil comes from. It's a bright sparkly. You see it on all the things. It is a major feature of all comedy involving technology that everybody ever says, don't worry, it's in the next upgrade. So you'll hang back and you'll say, I'm not going to buy it until I see that feature that I want. And maybe it's coming. It may come in 5 years. It may never come. And in the meantime, they're not selling the product to you, and you're not taking advantage of at least what that product had to offer. Go somewhere else, do whatever else. It doesn't matter. It's really, and it really it's become the backbone of modern business is that you're selling something again and again and again and again. Microsoft, I always come back to Microsoft as this wonderful microcosm. People understand the fact that Microsoft sells things again and again and again. You're basically getting the same thing. Microsoft Windows only changes over time because they feel this intense need to resell to you a new version. If it doesn't change a lot, you can't get people to buy it. They'll stick with the tried and true. Windows XP came out in came out in like 2002. And it dominated computer operating system sphere until probably for about 10 years, probably until 2012, 2013. You'll still see it out there. Some people, it's what they still have installed. Now it's getting harder and harder because newer software, there's no drivers for the new stuff. But that's all the rage too. You get hardware, the actual computer that you buy in the store. It has newer and newer and cooler and more awesome features. You have 801.11 AC now, which is like the fourth or fifth iteration of the 801, the wireless standard protocol. It's not a protocol, it's standard. And is it faster? Yeah. Does it really do more? Just faster. That's all. Some of the technology behind it's different. It has different ways of doing it, squeezing more performance out of basically the same interface, same standard. But the great part is, and people love this, it requires new hardware. And if you have old hardware, it ain't going to work anymore. Buy my new stuff. And along with buying my new stuff, you have to buy a new operating system that has the right drivers for my stuff. And you fall into the trap of, here it is. Are you guys ready? Never-ending development. This is agile development in a statement. It's never-ending development. You'll never finish a product. It's never done. It's never like, it's just ready enough to go out there. And it means that you'll probably have a product that it doesn't really work terribly well, but it works good enough. See, there's that good enough again. Did I not talk to you before about good enough and how you should probably stay in the land of good enough? The problem is that Um, Never-ending development. You're constantly working this stuff. You're constantly tweaking and throwing. It's not tweaking. It's not fixing the old stuff particularly. It's adding new features. Sometimes you never bother fixing what was broken in the past. You just add more features to it. People learn how to work around things anyway. It's kind of natural for humans to work around problems and think they're so brilliant for having found a workaround and sharing with other people. It makes them feel good. And we do that as computer people. We often kind of say, oh, wow, that's kind of interesting. We like to have things work right, but it's also kind of cool to have this cool workaround that says, oh, I'm so brilliant. And everybody says, oh, you're so smart. I'm so glad now we can work again. And you go, why didn't we just fix it in the first place? Well, what's the point of that? It's much more compelling to add new features, not to actually make the basic thing work properly or right or even well. Ha! Okay, so there you go. This is, can I tell you that this whole philosophy has totally washed out the old days? We're going to bring up the other parts of the old days. It's in the last slide. It might take 2 or 3 recordings to talk about it. But if you're going to be in business, I said, and let me tell you, if you're going to start your own business, me personally, I would avoid all of this stuff. I know it's compelling. It makes a lot of money. But at the end of the day, you'll probably say to yourself, I hope the money was worth it because I don't have any pride in what I did. And that may be more important. I know in business, all we talk about is money, 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 money. What can make the most money? What can I maximize? I maximize productivity for one reason only, so I can make more money. So I don't have to pay people so much, but I can make them work harder so that I can sell more of their stuff for money. That's not evil, but it's, when you go home and you go to sleep at night and you look up at your ceiling, you go, do I ever feel good about the kind of person I am? What I've set my major goal to be? What does that mean? And you'll find that maybe, I don't know. There's all kinds of people, and some people really don't care. And I've spent a lot of time with people who really don't care about that stuff. That just say, hey, man, it's all about the money. More toys, baby. Woo! And that's okay. Business is full of those kinds of people. And it's okay. I guess I'm not one of those sorts, but that's okay. The next video that we're going to talk about, we're going to talk a lot about trying to do better. Boy, the sun's starting to come in and it's making weird lines on me. I got this thing over here and this line down the middle. Ugh, weird. I almost look like I come from an alternate reality. Ooh. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm having way too much fun with this. So check in for the last, it may not be the last video, but it's the last slide in this particular series for organization's sake. Enjoy the upsell if you can, if you can stomach it. Talk to you later.